But the process of me building this new school in Nigeria has officially been stamped today, as in terms of like it's a go, okay?
Let's have a very, very honest conversation about this Makoko school that Cenat wants to do. And I saw this video, I've played it in a very former video that I've done about Makoko. And this guy made some bold claims about Adeyemi's floating school. So just watch it.
Nigeria works. Bring your proposal. I remember this, the Makoko floating school, or what is now known as the MKS system. Kunle Adeyemi at the time, 10 years ago, if not more, proposed something to Lagos state government and the residents of Makoko, a better way to build their floating houses. He even proposed the idea first as a floating school that would be free to the community and have solar power. Do you know what the Egbons in the area did? The Aquaman Omoniles and the Lagos state government, they shut the project down when it started to get international acclaim. Guess what Kunle Adeyemi did with his idea? He took it global. It's in China. It's in Venice. It's in so many other places in the world, but not Nigeria.
Yes.
So I hear people have been asking, why haven't you yet built the new school? I'm not sure people realize what it takes to actually launch a school, especially when you build it. You need to find the land, you need to buy the land, you need to get authorization from the government to build the school. You need to actually build the school. And then you need to hire your teachers and get your accreditation from the ministry. So for us who have launched 16 schools in 10 different African countries, we know it can't take less than 2 years. It's impossible, especially if you want to do things right, and we want to do things right.
Absolutely. Do things right by complying with all legal and regulatory requirements in Nigeria is important to ensure that we have a school that is sustainable and lasts for posterity.
Yeah. We want the school to last.
The honest truth is, after many, many years and decades, Makoko has gotten a lot of national, international acclaim. Tens of millions of dollars have been raised for initiatives in Makoko, cleaning up Makoko, projects in Makoko. It seems that the only successful one so far is sand filling of Makoko. And with this plan for this new Makoko school, we're hoping it's not going to be the same dossier with the floating school that was kind of touted before by Adeyemi, with the designs and everything that was done. And the official report is because of rain fell. They abandoned the idea. But if rain fell and scattered something, I don't see how that stops you from the entire idea. You just try it when it's not it's not raining.
So, this new school in Makoko for the kids the kids that live in Makoko in Nigeria, I started working on the school. Right now, if you're Africa or anything, or like Nigeria and stuff like that, and you know the best people that could hands down get the paint job good, get the right equipment they need, and is willing to get their hands dirty for the right amount of money to get paid and shit, let me know, okay? They are working very hard right now, removing what gotta be removed and shit, like getting the school ready and shit. And I think I'll be documenting this. I think I'm gonna be on some like. I think I'm gonna make this a video because this is crazy, bro. So some bridges, just to make it look good. So it's a step-by-step process, all right? It's a step-by-step process. And it's not gonna be something that happens overnight. So I know it's gonna be a year-long process and stuff like that.
And I mean, they've said 2 years. I believe last year was when the plan started. Let's see. I know also development is not very, very linear. In fact, there was a whole back and forth that I was having with my client and some developers in the Eco Atlantic. They swore to us they're going to deliver by 2027. My client said, are you talking to a baby? So they're asking him for like a much higher initial deposit and to make his payments for an Eco Atlantic development by 2027 because they had already paid the contractors and they had enough funding source. But we know it's also not very, very linear, most of these things. And it's not a Nigerian thing for the Cenat climbs people. Sometimes developers, in North America, other places, they push development and they push the delivery maybe some people even 5 times. But the difference is that they give you a recourse, and they tell you, okay, if we push it by so and so, maybe 5K off closing costs will be knocked out for you. So you have some form of control in that. But in this particular case, they were telling him there's no recourse. Our contract is standard. And sometimes what I do is that when there is a deal, and obviously I want the deal to close because the client gets something, the client is happy, the developer is happy, and I also get paid. For those of you that don't know, that I get paid. But I kind of stepped back in that situation and realized that it is a red flag that the developer is saying there's no recourse. Okay, if you're very confident that you're going to deliver it, put it. What's the recourse if you don't deliver by that time? Zero recourse. Okay, we are already selling. We're not begging you to buy. Obviously, I didn't tell the client this, but that's what they were telling me. We're not begging you to buy. There are enough people that have already bought, and obviously, you can have so much interest or so much confidence in a project and a developer that you're willing to wait. But if somebody is not willing to wait, maybe you should bend over backward. But if that's not your policy, and obviously, like you said, you are not struggling for buyers, it will definitely not close. That didn't close. But like, we'll be monitoring this. It falls under our radar. We'll be monitoring this very, very, very carefully and seeing how it goes, and the whole Makoko situation. And let's see what comes of it in 2026 and beyond. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Ownahome TV show. Here at Ownahome, believe owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we are committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate gist. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe. See you in the very next video. Bye-bye.
Over a decade ago, this was Lagos Lakes. Untouched land, raw forest, and a bold vision that only a few people believed in. Today, that belief has paid off. Those early investors are now enjoying 800% return on investment as Lagos Lakes has grown into a world-class lifestyle destination with serene lakes, lush greenery, premium residences, and a thriving community. Now, we're extending that vision even further. Lagos Lakes Annex presents the perfect opportunity for a new generation of homeowners and investors to step in early and own a piece of what comes next. Beautifully planned, strategically located, and only 2 minutes from the main estate. Lagos Lakes Annex is where future value meets smart investment. This is your chance to be part of the next chapter. Own land in a community built on vision, growth, and long-term reward.